everyone, you're welcome to Tips and Tricks with Praiz. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to sew your dart legs properly. For today's tutorial, we're going to be using this basic body as a sample where I'll be teaching you how to avoid dart errors. Sometimes you make dart and you see those puckering effects at the front of your darts, those squeezed effects at the end of your darts. Guys, I'm going to be teaching you how to boycott those today. We'll be using pins for this tutorial. We'll be using our measurement tape, our scissors, and a seam ripper if need be. Now just go ahead and watch closely all the whole steps to this particular tutorial. You will learn a whole lot. Now take your fabric, fold the dart legs into 2 equal parts like this, along what you have already cut out, of course. Now secure tightly with your pins, guys. There's no expertise in using pins, so I love using pins a lot, and I expect you to do the same while you are working on your own. Now secure firmly with your pins so that to avoid it moving around while you are sewing. You know that they are the highlights of our blouses, our gowns, our tops, so you don't want to make mistakes with them. So avoid this by pinning tightly before even thinking of sewing. Just to go further, I'm going to be sewing in the standard measurement for sewing that, which is your 1/2 inch. For me, I can gauge my 1/2 inch with my eyes, but for this tutorials, I'm just going to be marking out the 1/2 inch so that while you are doing it on your own and you can't guess what 1/2 inch looks like, please just mark it out as you are saying, please. Just avoid all these irregular stitch lines by marking out properly. Of course, you can't mark all the way to the tip because you'll be ending your darts in a very slim seam. So now just go to your machine on the normal stitch length, which is number 2 for my type of machine. I'm just going to be sewing in. I will back stitch in the beginning of the fabric, but of course that's the only place you'll be back stitching throughout this whole dart sewing process. Now don't be in a hurry to sew your darts. Please don't be in a hurry. Sew it as carefully as you can. The dart is the highlight of our tops, so you don't want people to be seeing some really rough lines outside your dresses or rough sewing. Now look at this very closely. When you are approaching the end of your dart, just at about 1 inch towards where you are going to be ending your dart, or maybe 1/2 inch, just mark out that place. As you're seeing, mark it out. Now go to your sewing machine, stitch length. Turn your stitch length control into number 1. That is like almost the tightest you could go, but of course there's number 0, of course, or maybe there is 0 rather. Just we're not going to be needing that's too tight. Use number 1 and just sew and finish up slowly. That means instead of you running it at number 2, you're running it at number 1, which is pretty tight. Now this is the trick. Please do not backstitch at this point. Don't backstitch. Go ahead and cut your thread away from your fabric, like maybe 3 to 4 inch or maybe 5 inch away from your fabric. Please don't cut too close. You'll be seeing the trick here. Cut away from your fabric. Cut. And this is the most important part. Hold your phone very close, or your laptop very close to your eyes, or your TV. Go close to the TV. Now go ahead and knot the thread you didn't cut out into double knots, like tightly and firmly, so that it will not lose out. We didn't backstitch. So this is what will secure your thread from running off. Tighten it like this. This is very strong. Now go ahead and cut away from your fabric still. Guys, don't bother about it. Don't worry about it. We're going to be leaving it like this. Those your tops, just your Gucci, Chanel top. Just go and look at it very well. You will see this kind of little thread hanging out there at the dart, especially the ones that has no under facing on it. I'm just going to be repeating the same process on the other side of my darts. Now, guys, I hope you love this. This is so beautiful. Thanks for watching. Bye.